What's up, YouTube family? We are back with another crazy one, right? And I'm really gonna show you all how I was able to back a payout right here, as we all did say. This was from Funding Papes, and we actually did have this coming in yesterday, right? Now, this was after it was delayed a little bit due to the Easter holiday, right? But nevertheless, we actually did have this coming in, and we were able to secure this one, right? And so far, so good. We are literally good to go. So I'm really going to show you all how I was able to secure this. And if you're practically a newbie or if you're practically struggling as a trader, right, you definitely don't want to miss out on this. So if before we proceed, right, if you're practically new to this YouTube channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the link in this particular video description to be part of our free Telegram community. We literally carry out a lot of crazy flips there, and there's practically a copy trading service available if you're looking to connect your accounts to us, right? So right here, we actually have GBP USD, and this particular setup we actually did use in smashing this in the public community, right? So we actually have this right there. Yeah. So I'm really going to show you all how we were able to do this. And as a matter of fact, we actually did smash a TP with this yesterday. Now, before we move on, right? Over and over again, I've shown you all how to go about this, right? So we're literally going to cover this again and again and again, right? And this is practically me trying to scale up all the way to over $500,000 in funding. And this is just like a milestone to what we are looking to smash. So the very first thing we actually want to start with is keeping our chart very simple, which I literally have all drawings been taken out of this particular chart, right? And if we take a look at the market is always running up in a series of higher highs, higher lows. And let me illustrate this. Now, this is literally the easiest strategy you're really going to see out there because I kept this shit really, really simple, right? So let's say the market is literally trying to lower highs, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Now, a lot of traders have or make the mistake of trying to go to the higher time frame in order to get stuck to a particular bias or so, right? But now, this is practically a day trading concept, right? Now, we know for a very sure fact, in order for price to make this high, there needs to be a resistance, if we have to call it right, if there needs to be a resistance ready to push price down, right? And so on for this particular area still, right? Now, meanwhile, we are literally playing in line with the trend. How do we know the trend? You can literally scale all the way to the daily, and whatever the daily is doing, you bring it all the way to the lower time frame. Now, this right here is the daily level. This is practically a resistance to this bullish flow, a resistance to this bullish flow, and a resistance to this bullish flow, right? Now, in order for price to come all the way to this particular point, there needs to be a resistance to push price to the downside. Now, this is practically basic market structure, right? And we are always looking to either sell or buy. Now, in order to keep this shit really simple, I really did not actually go all the way to find a bias or whatever, right? I kept it simple by playing off 1 hour levels, 1 hour or 4 hour levels, because I'm looking to just go for a little reaction and market, right? And I'm done. So we're either buying or we're selling, right? We look to catch any of this. Now, in order to break down a setup which we actually had right here, I'm really going to use this particular setup which we actually smashed right there in the community to show you all how to go about this, right? So you all did say we did take our buy from this particular point all the way to this, right? And I'm really going to show you how we were able to do this. Now, right here, we actually did say back to the 1 hour time frame on the chart, keeping it really, really simple. Now, so I did say if you're new to this YouTube video, you can literally click on the link in this particular video description to be part of our free Telegram community, right? It's literally all for free. Now, right here, we actually did see the cleanest, let's say, very clean market structure, which we did play off, right? So first of all, we actually did start off the week by saying a very impulsive push all the way to the upside, which I did map this particular area out, right? I did map out this particular area, and price was actually coming all the way to the downside. We actually did see a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us a structural shift, indicating that there should be a push to the downside. Hence, we actually did map out the structural shift, and then we would wait for price to tap into this. Now, with price coming into this particular supply, right, it It's definitely going to mean one thing. We actually want to see a sell to buy, right? This is a sell level, a resistance, and this is practically a buy level, a support, right? So right here, we actually did wait, price did tap into this, and unfortunately, this actually happened during the Asian section, so we could not practically find an entry on this particular one, right? So this was where we had an entry right here, and a lot of persons might want to call this their liquidity or whatsoever, right? So we did see price actually did drop down, and there was practically no structural shift all the way to this particular point. Now, I was literally asleep, hence I could not actually like capitalize on this because this was literally late Asian section, right? But we actually did have a clean structural shift by price making a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And yeah, entry would have been literally at this particular point with every single criteria present, right? So yeah, this would have been the entry to skip all the way to the downside. And as a matter of fact, I always be using 10 pips or so, right? I don't exceed 10 pips in less, right? So 10 pips, and we actually did go for a quick 1:2 right here, which was practically at 20 pips, right? But right here, as I did say, we literally failed to take this entry due to the timing. Now, price actually did present us with a push or a reversal from this particular point. So this is literally going to like break this entire thing down to us saying that we actually did have a sell to buy, right? So right here, we actually did see price tap into this 1 hour demand. Now remember, the first criteria is to understand there should be a structural shift present, right? We need to make sure that the demand zone did propel a structural shift. So we did see this bearish candle right here did propel an impulse, right? This right here did propel an impulse, and obviously we actually did have this being present on this broker only, right? And we actually did see this supply right here did propel this impulse, hence we did make use of it. Now price actually did drop all the way to this downside, and we actually want to look out for the presence of a 5 minute structural change in line with price, right? Now we actually did see that this did get present right here, but I would not really consider this a clean one, right? I would not really consider this a very clean one because we literally did not take out this high. You get me right? We literally did not take out that particular high right here. This high was not taken out, so we literally stayed out. But this would have been a good one if we actually did have, yeah, this would have been a very good entry right here. We would have literally had a very good entry right here. So again, this literally happened around this literally happened around 12 my time, so I could not take it, right? As I was literally asleep, bro. Like it's costed me a whole lot. So this right here would have been a very good spot for this particular entry, right? Now, if you literally prefer going for a 1:2, fine. If you go for a 1:1, fine, right? 1:3 is fine. But I literally prefer to keep my risk reward between a 1:2 and a 1:1. If I'm looking to pass a prop firm challenge, right, I think I'll make a separate video for that. So right here, we actually did see price expand all the way to the upside, and yeah, we actually did have this structural change, which I did have a loss on this particular one, right? Which I'm really going to break down how to avoid crazy losses like that. Now, price actually did propel itself all the way to the upside, taking out this particular structure, and we are practically looking out for a buy continuation, right? So we did see this structural shift right here, as I did show, or as I did say, price should always propel a structural change, right? Change. So right here, we did see price drop all the way into this. And I did keep it really, really simple, right? Really, really simple. Now we did see that as price did drop into this, there was an initial rejection which failed to propel any structural change. Price dropped all the way to the downside, and we did see a lower low, a high, and this was a low. Price failed to take this out to continue lower, right? And we closed above the side, making this our support or demand, right? And we did scaling. As we did scaling right here, we practically did make use of a 10 pip stop still. With a 10 pip stop, we actually did smash a crazy TP really, really, really quick, right? So this was practically a 10 pip stop right here. And we practically did smash our TP right on point. Right on point. We actually did smash this TP, right? So this was literally the craziest trade we took yesterday. It was literally very, very easy. Like literally very easy, okay? One major confluence I use in confirming my trade is the presence of an engulfing candle. So right here, we actually did see that this was practically a bullish engulfing candle that was formed after the structural change. So that is to say, for us to like actually have a very valid structural change, there should be an engulfing candle on the 30 minutes time frame, right? So we actually did get this 30 minutes engulfing candle, and the price tapped into this, and this was the expansion we actually did see on the chart. And same thing right here, we can see that for this particular momentum, we actually saw on to the downside, right? We actually did have a bearish engulfing candle, of which price did pull back, and boom, this was an expansion to the downside, right? So like this was literally how easy it is, bro, to catch this. And yeah, this setups comes in every single day on the chart. So if you're practically a newbie, you really don't need to like complicate this, right? You really don't need to complicate this. It's literally just this easy. And yeah. So again, we are really going to show you all, I'm really going to show you all how I scale up all the way from my current fund line, just 100K all the way to 500K to possibly 1 million USD in funding, right? So do well to follow up the journey. If you're looking to be part of our free Telegram community, the link is practically in this video description to be part of our free Telegram community, right? Everything is literally out there all for free. I don't literally offer any mentorship of any kind, so you can get the info all for free. See you guys on the next slide, guys.